Hey buddies, Matt with Bandit Prospecting. Welcome back. So I finally made it up to the spot I've been dying to get to all summer. It's not as low, the water is not as shallow as I would wish on this bed, but still, I'm here, I'm ready to run some dirt, and I'm ready to find some gold. So join me on this adventure today. Stick with me, we're gonna run some dirt, and hopefully we're gonna go home with heavy pans. You know what to do. As that intro rolls, smash that like button and subscribe. We'll see you in a bit. So we're on the spot I've been trying to get to. I'm going to show you guys around just a little bit to kind of give you a feel for where we are, the lay of the surroundings. We're a little bit away from the bank. I did test it. I can walk all the way over there to the bank. It is hot. It is sunny today. There is no shade out here in the river, but there is a spot. If you can see that tree right down there, I can make it down there. If I need to get in the shade for a while, there's a spot over there. There's a spot down there that I can get out of the sun for a while if I need to cool off for a bit. I brought plenty of water with me though, so we should be okay. So this is where I've first set up. I've got my mini high banker here. I just tried to bring as little gear as possible up here for today, just to see, to test, make sure I want to bring all my gear up. This is the, if you remember, this is the tire that was in the river. It's in this gravel bed right here. I did some test pans in it. That's where I started getting my better gold a little bit deeper down. My first pan up at the top, I found one flake, one speck, and then when I got deeper down, I found about 7 down in there. So I've set up right here. I'm gonna load stuff into the high banker here. I did run some test pans, of course, up in through here. Tried a spot right here, and then on the other side of the canoe, or I'm sorry, on the other side of the kayak over there, I tried another spot over there. This spot right here, a little deeper down, I found one speck of flour gold. One speck of flour gold isn't enough to, make me want to run that area, but at least I know there's something there. So we're going to work this. I'll set the camera up, let you guys watch me load this high banker for a little bit. We're going to feed it, and hopefully we're going to pull some gold out of here. My goal is to start by getting the inside of the tire dug out. A lot of the stuff in there were smaller rocks and sand. I did still find black sand. I did still find gold in there. So I know it's there. But then I also want to get on the back side of that tire, see if anything, was coming over and dropped over the side. So we're going to start by emptying the inside of the tire, dig around there for a bit, and then we'll go to the back side of the tire. I hope you can hear me. The one thing I do know is this high banker, I can't feed it really fast. Even with an 1100 gallon per hour pump, it doesn't doesn't clean out really fast. So I do have to be careful about how fast I load it, just so I don't get it too jam-packed. I have done that before, and I learned my lesson quickly. So I'm gonna feed this slow. It's gonna be a slow, consistent feed, trying to get through this material here under this tire. There's a ball of clay that I pulled out of there. There's a fossil on top there, and then there's material stuck to it. It just shows how stuff can very easily stick to clay. If we break it open, I'm sure the inside is going to be solid. Yep. Solid on the inside. We'll rinse it off, see if there's anything easily detached from the top. Here's an example of some of the quartz pieces I'm finding. From a yellowish color to a almost bone white quartz. That's a good indication that we're catching the glacial till down here. I'm gonna run some more of this material for a while. I'll bring you guys back when I'm gonna do a test pan on the far side of the tire, see if anything's dropped over the side there. So I'll bring you guys back when I run that test pan and before I get to running that material there. Okay, so I emptied the, I dug pretty deep inside the tire, ran all that material. I did a clean out, and I brought all the material, of course I brought all the material back with me, got it in my bucket. I did try to pan it back a little bit, see if I could see anything. I did see a couple micro pieces, but nothing spectacular. But I did, it was pretty rough panning back that I did. So we're gonna dig on the back side of this tire now. Run some sample pans. Some decent sized rocks. Hopefully they're going to be trapping some gold in there. Man, we got a couple big pieces of garnet. There were only 2 specks in there, you can't really see. But I'm gonna go dump this in the bucket. We'll fire the high banker back up and run some of this dirt here. Okay, so I've been running this dirt on this side of the tire for a while, and I'm seeing a much different variety of rocks. A lot bigger rocks and just different variety. There's more quartz and there's bigger rocks here. So I'm hoping this is better. I am seeing a lot of decaying quartz too. I've kept a couple pieces of it. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that piece of quartz. Huh. That's a big piece of quartz there. So the one thing I forgot to mention about this mini high banker here is that it holds on to a lot of material. So I'm going to have at least 2 cleanouts today. That's going to end up being quite a bit of material that I take home. So it'll be quite a bit more to run through to finish it all out. But again, we'll just have to classify and then run the different classification sizes. Okay, so as I was digging down here, I dug deep enough that I hit a complete different layer down here deep. So I went ahead and ran a bunch of that material through the high banker. You can see how deep. You can see how deep that goes there. That's how deep I dug, and I hit a different layer. So the material was darker. So I'm gonna pan some of it to see how good it was. Again, I was already here running material, so it didn't really take much to run an extra 7-8 shovels through. So I'm gonna pan this back, see if there's anything better deep. Okay, buddies, there was only one teeny tiny little piece of flour gold down deep on the edge of that tire, but I went through and I ran a bunch more test pans. There's some gravels right along the edge of the bank there. I just sampled that, and then I went down here and sampled some sections along where the material's dropping off, coming over a log there, a piece of wood there. And again, I was finding one or two pieces, nothing real outstanding to make me want to go running over there and work there for a long time. So anyway, this is how much I got done. How much I ran today. So this is my plus size pile right there, and then here's my tailings pile right here. I'm going to go ahead and fill my holes in because the material's right there. It's pointless for me not to go ahead and fill those holes back in. So I'm going to fill the holes back in. I'm going to clean the high banker out, take all this stuff home, work on panning it back or work on cleaning it out at home, classify it and run the stuff, and we'll probably try a couple different ways to run this, and hopefully we found a decent amount of gold. If nothing else, we learned something and we came out and had some fun. So anyway, join me, we'll be back at the house. So it's a couple days later. I'm gonna clean out the concentrates from that I cleaned out of the high banker. We're gonna see how we did in that spot. I'll be honest with you, I'm not super hopeful with this. It doesn't look all that great. The material didn't look amazing. I don't know that I found all that much, but we're gonna try. I have it classified down to 3 classifications. This is, first one is gonna be plus kitchen strainer size. The next step is gonna be minus kitchen strainer, but plus fine kitchen strainer. I got a new kitchen strainer that's super fine. So we're gonna run that second, and then we've got ultra fine that we're gonna run last. So anyway, let's start with the plus kitchen strainer size. I'm gonna start with this. There's not a ton of material in this, so I just went ahead and did one pan. Again, we wouldn't normally expect to see anything this big in the area where we're prospecting. Ooh, there's a nice big garnet. I like that. I like finding those big garnets. Yeah, I was gonna say there's nothing in there, but there is some microfine gold in there. It's gonna be way too hard for me to show you guys on camera, but I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 microfine pieces. That's not too shabby. All right, let's get them snuffered up. Okay, now this is the minus kitchen strainer plus super fine size. I'm gonna break this down to 2 pans here, since there were some microfines in that larger size. So there were only like 3 microfine pieces in that. Okay, so now for the super fines. This is the most material out of any of the pans. And we're gonna try running this 1 scoop at a time, little scoop. 1 heaping scoop at a time, just to see what we're dealing with. Looks like we got maybe 4 flour pieces in that. I'm going to do more scoop per pan, and clean this stuff up a little faster. I'll bring you guys back when I'm done. So I hope you can see that. That's the gold that I found in that spot, running the high banker. Wow. All I can say is that was heartbreaking. I have hoped and wished and tried to get up to that spot for the longest time, because when I sampled it early this spring, it was fairly productive. It looked pretty good. So I tried deeper, tried about all the things I could think of. Maybe I need to go even deeper than what I went. But my next trip, when I go up there, I'm going to try to hit the northern, the upriver end of that gravel bed. It's a little bit underwater right now, but it should be okay, because I think I'm going to take the dredge up there and try it with the dredge. So thanks for coming back and joining me. If you haven't already, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you like, just so the engagement does help with that notorious YouTube algorithm. So any help is appreciated. So thanks again for joining me. Come back and see us next time. Be safe and heavy pants.